What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about why do narcissists demand examples of things that you are accusing them of. Like, tell me what I've done. Give me an example of what I've done wrong right now. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe. So why do a lot of narcissists always demand examples off the top of your head of whatever you are accusing them of? And of course, if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. High pressure sales tactics. Y'all, it's really like high pressure in the moment. You are forced to make a decision, so your mind kind of blanks out. So as a narcissist myself, if you're accusing me of gaslighting you or manipulating you, I need an example right now. If you give me an example, it's not going to be good enough. I need 2 examples. I need 3. It's never going to be good enough. And a lot of times, y'all, you don't have an example ready. And because you don't have an example ready off the top of your head, you're automatically wrong. Oh, so you don't have an example? So I guess I didn't do it right. So I guess you're wrong, right? So tell me what I did wrong. Tell me. Give me an example. Give me 10 examples. And sometimes, y'all, that narcissistic person already has an example in the top of their mind that they hope that you say, so they can already just prove you wrong or have an excuse behind why they did what they did. So even if you do have a reason, even if you do have an example, you won't win. So welcome back, y'all. Before we hop into today's episode, make sure you hop over to Amazon. Check out the self-love journal, Lee Hammock, I Love Me, a self-love journal. Help you rebuild that self-love. But yeah, y'all, if you couldn't read the text on the screen, it says, why do they always demand examples off the top of your head? Why do narcissistic people, toxic people, whoever, demand examples of whatever that you are accusing them of off the top of your head, like right now? Hey, so I've been lying to you. Tell me. So I'm a pathological liar. Tell me when I've told you a lie. Tell me right now. Give me an example of one time that I told you a pathological lie. Tell me right now. No, right now, quickly, right now. Right. Since it's pathological, since I do it all the time, you should have plenty of examples, right? Give it to me. And you're right here like, oh my God, I can't think of anything right now. Boom, got you, because I don't do it. You can't think, I always lie, but you can't think of something right now, right? Yeah, it's high pressure sales tactics, except they're selling themselves. They're selling a lie. Instead of them selling an old lemon used beat up ass car with one front tire and the other 3 tires on cinder blocks, instead of selling you that, they sell you themselves. They pressure you into making the decision right now. And when they pressure you, sometimes it can trigger some PTSD. Sometimes it can trigger your fight or flight. Sometimes it can make you just go completely freeze or fawn. You know what I'm saying? You just freeze. Your mind goes blank because you might have plenty of examples, and you probably will think of them later on though. Like once they leave you alone, once you've had time to settle down, the examples, it's kind of like you dam up a river, right? You know how like a river is flowing freely. You have this river of things that they have done wrong, right? Flowing freely. It's just super free flowing. But when that narcissistic person puts you on the spot, it's like they put a dam in it. They dam it up, right? So the river river of all your examples hits this dam, and it just goes everywhere else. It doesn't flow freely. So right now you're dammed up. But when they leave you alone, when you have time to calm down, the dam goes away and it's flowing freely again. And now you have plenty of examples. But guess what? Now it's too late. You had your opportunity to say something to me, but you didn't. You had your opportunity to provide examples, but you didn't. And then because it took you so long, now I can say you made them up. Now I can say you made them up. Can I? I can't. I can say you made them up. Or now, because you took so long, because you couldn't do it when I asked you to do it, now it's irrelevant. You shouldn't. Why couldn't you do this when I asked you to do it? So now it's irrelevant. Now it doesn't matter. Now you should have brought it up when I asked you. But we were talking about this. Now we're past this. Now you're living in the past. You see how quickly the situation has changed on you because you couldn't think of something right then and there. But y'all, this is kind of I always tell people, this is damn near an unwinnable situation, y'all, when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, because it really doesn't matter. You can have an example. You can have 10 examples. And they will sit right there. Sometimes they'll sit right there and just chill and just be smiling while you're giving them the examples of how they've been lying to you, how they've been stealing from you, how they've been treating the kids badly, how they've been treating you badly, how they've cheated on you. You can list off these examples, and in their minds, they're like, I think I did all of that. And you're still with me. You're still here. You're still being here. You're still around. You see what I'm saying? You're still right here, right now. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes a lot of times in these situations, y'all. You're still here. They think that your presence in this relationship is compliance to their behaviors. You know, they think, okay, because you're still with me, you're okay with how I treat you, right? If you're not, why are you still here? That's the mindset a lot of narcissistic people have, y'all. If you're not, why are you still here? Like I said, I also said this in the video, in a short video too, y'all. When you also said this in the short video as well. When you are dealing with a narcissistic person, right? And they ask you for an example, tell me an example. Sometimes, and I've done this before, y'all, sometimes I have an example in my head or a couple examples in my head that I'm ready to refute. So I'm hoping first of all, I'm hoping that you don't come up with anything, right? I'm hoping that you have nothing so I can just prove you wrong. That's easy. But another thing is, I'm hoping that if you do have something, you think of one of these situations that I already have in my head. Because when you do it, I'm responding immediately I'm jumping on top of it. You see what I'm saying? I'm ready to pounce on whatever example that you give. You remember? Okay, I got one. You remember the time you did this right here? And I was like, yep, I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it. Here's an explanation as to why you're wrong. Got you. Quickly. And when I quickly refute your claim, it throws you off. You're thrown off now. Now you're confused. You see what I'm saying? Now I got you. Like I said, it really is a kind of a sinister game when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, y'all. Yeah, have I done this type of stuff before? Yeah, I have. Like I said, most of the stuff I tell y'all is like from lived experience. You know what I mean? Lived experience. I know, like, how do you know this, Lee? Well, a lot of stuff I've actually done or said. You know what I mean? There's like these little, I'm not the physically abusive type of narcissistic person, but yeah, the emotional stuff, yeah, the mental games, yeah, that's my forte, y'all. That was my forte right there. And as I say, I'm not right here telling y'all that to be braggadocious. I'm just telling y'all that this is how my mind works. Like, it still works the same way. My mind is always ready. My mind is always processing a defense. You see what I'm saying? Against anything that somebody might accuse me of. My mind is always on defense mode. I'm always ready to go. You know, just in case. But that's what happens, y'all. That's what happens a lot of times in these situations. You get caught up with these toxic, narcissistic people, and I'm not gonna say you lose your life, but you'll lose a lot, y'all. You lose more than you gain. I would say that. You stand to lose way more than you stand to gain in these toxic relationship dynamics, y'all, in these toxic spaces, dealing with toxic, narcissistic people. You lose way more than you stand to gain. You know, and like I said, you can't even if you prove them right, even if you give them several well thought out examples of how they've been abusive, how they've been gaslighting you, how they've been treating the kids, they don't care at the end of the day. Now you started an argument because you have so much information. They're gonna start an argument how you don't trust them, especially if you have it documented. Now you video recorded me, you writing stuff down. Wow, you really don't trust your own memory. So you don't trust the fact that you don't trust your own memory. Wow. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be an issue regardless. And again, y'all, I'm not telling you to leave your relationship. I'm just saying, look, I'm just providing you information so you can take a look at it. Just like, you know what? Yeah, this relationship might have ran its course. You know what I mean? This might be the end of this. This might have went about its own way. You know what I mean? But that's the space a lot of narcissistic people take you to, y'all. They take you to a different place. In these situations, a lot of these situations right here, y'all, when they're asking you for examples or you're accusing them of something, y'all, a lot of these can end up in emotional, like verbal violence, or they can end up in physical violence. Because if you give them an example that embarrasses them, they might snap on you. And I'm not saying that to scare you. That's not, y'all know that's not my intent. My intent here is to not scare you. My intent is to bring you awareness and let you know that person could snap and lose their mind because you proved them wrong. And that's, yes, is that horrible to say? Yes, it's horrible. But some people are so they don't want to feel like bad people, and they don't want the reputation to be sullied. So they will attack you. Sometimes they'll attack you physically, and they'll blame you. They'll put their hands on you and do something horrible to you and say, look what you made me did. You see, you always question me. If you wouldn't question me, I wouldn't have done this. If you wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have done that. You see what I'm saying? They will always find a way to flip it around. What they call it? The kids say spin the block. They will always find a way to spin the block and blame you for whatever's going on in your relationship dynamic. They'll blame you for whatever the situation is. They will put it onto you, y'all. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready, willing, and able to protect yourself and to defend yourself, because they are. I promise you, they are. They're going to defend themselves. So be prepared to defend yourself, because if you don't, they're going to take advantage of you, ruin your life, and just drag you down to the pits and depths of relationship hell. You're going to, instead of being in relationship heaven or relationship bliss, relationship euphoria, they're going to drag you down to the pits of relationship hell and have you burning in the lake of relationship fire, hellfire. You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all, don't argue. Like I said at the end of the video, the original short video, don't argue the truth, y'all. There's one thing to do. Do not argue the truth. That's how you defeat gaslighting. Don't argue the truth. Don't argue the truth. And also, you don't need a confession, because if you're trying to get a confession out of them, because if the reason you're accusing them or the reason you're presenting evidence is because you need a confession, you want a confession, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need a confession. You have evidence, y'all. Act on it. Anyways, y'all, make sure you like and subscribe for more. Mental Healness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Thank you for watching my video to the end. I'm super eternally grateful for every single one of you. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so we can help reach more people, help more people, and things like that. The self-love brand is available. I Love Me. The self-love journal is available as well. Links in the description of every video I do. If you haven't already as well, look into joining the channel memberships for behind the scenes perks, priority responses to comments, and things like that, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time.